Now look at this. This is a very interesting story. And it's about Bawumia, the failed liar. The failed liar who calls himself a politician. Dr. Bawumia odi MPP fuenim etwa tro de bedi MPP fuenim onya 30% in the history of the Republic of Ghana and in the world. Obi anu wa contest elections wenya 30% da Bawumia nko. It shows how Ghanaians despise him. How Ghana for who say oyo otrofo. How Ghana for embu the level of thinking. How Ghanaians see him as a joker. Daddy, Babeno. Now, Assembly see our Santimemu as usual. MPP4 continuously they have shown Ghana for say Omumwa Santifo how they think. Omumwa Santifo do don't say Sebio MPP Omumu Asantifo do don't say Omujimi. And people like Chema to me, the former Ashanti regional minister, or say Mensa or whatever, and the NPP group no more MPP muno, Omubu Asantifo se Omajunisa. They know they can play on their brains. They know the people who follow the party are not smart. So the 30% liar today went to Ashanti region. Also what to say? Eja shishye aba ema Ashanti region. Eye plaza eja toho into free crime. The liar in chief. Waba Kumase is a failed liar. Oba be catch mu say I obra mu cement. Any day any sika 200,000 Ghana. Inti omofan solve omo problem nyina no omofan kwoto abama no. Market fire. Bawumia appeals to government to complete phase 2 of Kejetia market in Ashanti region. Now, this liar, this failed liar, Bawumia, when he went to the Ashanti region, he can't send you. Now, assemble na Bawumia kan mama yanko tie de okan or see or share NDC aban say NDC aban na eson daye esi Kejetia no. Ono bedi power 8 years no. Or she NDC aban say omunsi Kejetia phase 2. Bawumia na so nasuni yeso. Bawumia me sure say oda kurabaso, the tea or the to kurabaso ansa na wada. Me kebibia because for Bawumia to even make this statement, I just say I say Bawumia oda kurabaso. Bawumia kokumase. Wako Ashanti region ako gina waka kira Santifo say or ka kira John Mahama John Mahama say onsi Kejetia phase 2 no. John Mahama na o si Kejetia phase 1 no. Was starting phase 2 no. Bawumia be the president 8 years no. Asantifo bi eto abama no because omo ya Asantifo party ni fa Asantimemu no. Bawumia the failure na opposition asa bebe ka kira Asantifo say. Mon kan kire Mahama na mon hye Mahama say onye Kejetia phase 2 no. Bawumia oda kurabaso wallahi. Mahamudu Bawumia oda kurabaso kuraba green so no oda me kabibia. Because Bawumia pa jini eye juma pa you will not at this point even walk to Ashanti region to insist to say after 8 years in power wallahi Bawumia nye okay. After 8 years in power Asante focus sa lie with all due respect manisi sumina so say nine eko to abama 2016 eto abama 2020 na when to me Eko hu Kejetia twemu edi o matem ono wo yire epam ntoma wo wiase eye embassy pleasure dia sa in the 16 regions what said to makoji mike akogina santimemu say John Mahama na osi Kejetia ne samra embassy phase 2 Bawumia bodam mumientie Mahamudu Bawumia as an answer yebeka salon Bawumia kasano. Bawumia kasano na edwadifo na omo baby a ejane hye no omo gina Bawumia chi na omo otunwum bi asantifo ni bi de bia meka ni bi ni hia because anya asantifo nyina na ejimi sebi oya wa asantini a wonya kwasea wo ma ho kwan na obeye kwasea enti moment stress wo asantifo ni bi na omo gina Bawumia chi na omo otunwum bi because na Bawumia kan o camera mu say John Mahama nyansafo ne MDC fo ne mra na omo be si Kejetia phase 2 no right asano kwa kan obu yefu Bawumia oda kuraba lines na enu bi na oda so 38 sa 38 dimension no Bawumia oda kuraba so onda sunie so na muntie video no na muntie background no zoo fo bi gina chire ho ndwan bi gina Bawumia chi muntie enwuma na omoto.
I am very, very concerned to make sure that we should help them to rebuild as quickly as possible.
Bawumia ko asantimemu okasa no na ye biezu ni kakra ena mu nketia bi epie ye di school akoje nkokoma Mrs. sa defeat we sana na ngunsa wa asantimemu a bebrebe bodam me na me ka kire sa defeat we ye defeat mu sa 2024 defeat we so tufo enyine ntuma ntwa ne nkomu ensi pokese anase wansi densinkran enyi wa henman fo ne nsisi fom sebio ambo amotiom powder engunsa wo Kejetia wankasa sa defeat we wan hwe ya 4 years na wonana no nyina bebra bodam defeat no ama bebra bodam. Now let's look at the substantive issue itself. Bawumia kasa no na zoo na bie na zoo ni bie no na omo kansem na wotie Bawumia asem na okana o se yenhye MPP aban waka kira santefo na no mo won se omo nhye John Mahama aban no na John Mahama aban no embassy Kejetia Face 2. This is a year time na Bawumia na Ekufuado ye president ewo Ghana. We Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado. I say I will complete second phase of Kejetia redevelopment project on time. Date show ye 2022. Ekufuado ne Bawumia omo no mu rule Ghana for 8 years. And the Bawumia na oda kuraba so na be ka kire ye say achichide na oni ne bu man 8 years na Ashanti region a stronghold. Ashanti region a team. Ashanti region a furuma she. Ashanti for the MPP. Ye de trouble furuma. O the MPP kura sebio eye duane obubedi. Ashanti for na omotena Ashanti memu no. Enkofo ekoka kire omo 2022 say they will develop phase 2 of Kejetia project no. Ene tia. Omanfo mo nsanka. Ye nya about time for omudroso asiafo nsuo ififira tie omugina Bawumia echi ye di school akoje nkukomba enkofo e betena wo so 8 years odroso mu nyina afo twom ejina akwa we osiafira condition mu na yire ntuma ehye no samira ntuma efura no mu a mugina na tise mpreko ye di school akoje nkukomba no ye town ntuma po ba ko a etumi yi mu free hiam wedwa ye dwudwam na obuofu me say mo amugina Bawumia chie ye di school me say ne yire Samira Fulani no entuma efra no $20,000 $30,000 no ye yimu epom yensa mo amugina de chi eto nwuma amudroso mu afo a sebio mo ma wo mo ma omo school omo nim omo nsa omo bu omo nsa na enya ban de beba omo pada muntumi ntobi ma omo no ne ntuma po etumi yi mu free hiam mo ene Samira ene Bawumia hwan na ejimi sa nkofo ebedi mu so 8 years na hwade sa Bawumia wo ya wakogina eye Kejetia akogina Kumase Plaza ehu se ye ne asantifo ni bi ye jimi nti me de bia meka wo mi gina so because Bible no kraka se akwara jimi na wanyina wantwe ne so aba ojimi wu meso me do asante me pesa asante ni bia bewu ana obi oti Ashanti region bia bewu Bible na kesi akwara jimi na wantwe ne so aba ojimi wu meso me domo otumfo na naneme me domo nyina me pesa obi abejimi ewu enti da bia no mekai mo se wajimi a o se ten we ga Bawumia. This is what Bawumia said. Now Mama yanko back to the same Bawumia time and our power. Kejetia eja tomu. Mama yanko Bawumia den okaye. Why na murefi muhon? This is Bawumia.
First of all, is the vice president still at the market, and what has the conversation been since his arrival?
Well, Martin, he left some few minutes ago, but he left with some joyful news to the traders because, like you rightly mentioned, he told them that they can come back tomorrow to commence their trading activity. And also, one assurance that he also gave them is that the government will do everything possible to support them, come back to their faith, and start with their trading activities. You know, early in the morning, we were here around 5:30. The market normally opens around 5:45, and by 6, a number of them had massed up at the entrance that has been locked because management was bent on going by that decision to extend the closure to 1 week because they said they had to conduct some integrity tests on the facility and make sure that it is safer for all occupants before they will allow them entry. But the traders were also not willing to go, and they were making noise, and eventually management had to succumb and open it up for them to come in and pick 1 or 2 items for only 3 hours. So they opened it around 7 a.m. and we're hoping that by 10 a.m. the market will be shut down again. But it was around that time that the vice president came. He engaged with management and also the Ghana National Fire Service. And after that engagement, that's how we come up with the good news. And let me briefly chip in about the cause of the fire. He said after engaging with the Ghana National Fire Service, they established that the cause of the fire has nothing to do with electrical fault, and rather it was someone who was preparing food in a shop. She left it and went out. So the cylinder exploded, and that's how come everything was up.
No, Ibrahim, you said it was someone who was preparing what?
So
soup?
they've ruled out any issue of electric food.
Okay.
And said she was preparing food in a shop on a gas cylinder, and that rather exploded. And also they have the shops closer to them have these combustible materials, tap and tie, cupboard, and other things. So that's how come the fire was that intense and also spread to other shops quickly. Let's listen to the good news that Vice President has been sharing with the traders.
Because you are too. Mr. Minister, for your casa, almost say, Omudima de Fra Ebai. So, and yet electrical fault. So, why Fenina, so Yamiatum and China, Ubedi, said, shops are Asia, Muhiamwa, and so empty.
Bawumia in 2023, Kejetia market ejatomuno. Reporter Ibrahim Kachre say, Fire Service phone catcher say, "Ayo bi na enu aduane e wo shop o Kejetia market. And oja gas is soon blow up. And say Kejetia no. Obio, sankofo ya the school akwaje nkokọ mai, sankofo mo dross mu afoi. Omumu nipa ena na ti Kejetia. Edi gas enyan kwan. Owie no ja gas lisi so ena Kejetia na teni jo Mahama ne NDC nkwasiafo de siye no. Yede be si mu enyansafo mu krom no ebo ejatom. Mahamudu Bawumia ba Kejetia obeka chem se oba ba be fix Kejetia no. This is 2023. Kwasiafo mumu bi mu agimiti na MPP fo ebi mu sam adwene wo fom. One ne yire wo ntuma na efra Samira. Momma mu gina Kejetia. Mu nyina mo tesa Samira abawa. Wo ntuma na efra Samira. One ne kuruba adwomu ono wo mpaboa ne Birkin ehye no. Birkin na eka Samira bag na ekuta no. Chena da ne kom momma na mugu PZ na mo ho infifre na mudi akyeye ye di school akwaje nkokɔ no mo te sɛ Samira ma na baawa senka munim nyansa pa ka mo betena se busa sɛ na nya branche we na Kejetia gya to ho a Mahama Kejetia o ka sɛ oba be solve problem na ebesi nne wa ma biem no MPP hu sɛ mo agimi mo aso na mo ma mo ho kwan ema MPP bu mu sɛ mo yɛ nkwasiafo mo na mo ma mo ho kwan ema NPP ebu mu sɛ mo asantifo ni bi mo agimi because nyansani pa will not even entertain Bawumia time na okuta tumi no betwa wo ntro no koye na enda atumi afiri ni nsa ode ne titu koraba so ansa na wada no edien nyansasem na Bawumia betuma ka kire wo Besides, I'm looking at edien nyansasem na Bawumia betuma ka kire wo Shadie, one story way. This is the same failed liar. Market fire. Bawumia appeals to government to complete phase 2. No, sorry. This is the same Bawumia. This, no, let me take you back a little bit. I don't want to. This story. We're at 2023. Today, I was at Kejetia market to inspect the severity of the fire that gutted a part of the facility. I indicated that government will put in the needed resources to refurbish it and also admonished the traders and stakeholders to adhere to guidelines on safety to prevent any further fire outbreak. Where Mahmoud Bawumia 2023 Oba Jomu Hono Muhu ni biem where 2023 March Kwasiafo mumu bi mu agimi MPP for be use mu say nwan bibia ya politics inti ama mumu bi mu nyansa na yira ma say nwan e na MPP chairman wuntumi mo omu use mu say nkwara. Do you understand? This is the same Mahamudu Bawumia me de wu kwa kire se mi jamo hwe March April 19 2024 answer na yeto aba Bawumia promised to rebuild gutted Medina market. Bawumia sa ko Medina market ka kire man say oba ba besi Medina na ejato ho no mumusa Medina market for say Bawumia this failed liar, did he come back again? Ye Jimmy ye mubi ye Jimmy ya say nwan and na MPP use you say moa okuta to me a obetumi de 1 week aye central market phase 2 no we ntumi anye sa kofu asa be gira wodim say yen kan kire Mahama na ombeye mamo enye insult. This is the greatest insult to 2482 for Bawumia to even come to the Ashanti region to tell you Asantefo amotua to in fear watche ama Bawumia ne Jimmy for 8 years and to come back to you to tell you to say now tell Mahama to come and complete this job no obu say we Jimmy because ombu say we Jimmy for after 8 years woman to me 8 years phase 2 keke wentumensi